in the right way. But I'll just give an example. So I had to I had to drink something in the beginning of our session this morning. And usually I just sit and meditate. So as I was drinking it, I I realized that what I experience sometimes, and that is that in the drinking, in the picking up of the mug, it's it's in silence, it's in a deeper state of being. And then other times it's not. It stays at the surface level. And so my mind went back to yesterday in terms of how we shared our experience of the silence. And what struck me during the day yesterday was how complementary each of our experiences were, even though they were complete in themselves, they enhanced each other. And so that whole um, mm, appreciation of gathering with an aligned intent. The intent doesn't have to be the same, but it's somehow aligned. And how powerful that can be. And I I had a session booked yesterday with a client that I haven't seen for a few months. And I felt a bit concerned about her. I have concerns. And so I was thinking about that and thinking about how I could move with her. What would I pay attention to? What would I draw her attention to? And Jesse's words about listening so that he could listen to where he needed to attend to something and where he could be in service of. So that came to me, the listening. And then I was thinking about, where does that listening take place? And Hans's description of being between sleep and awake, and I said yesterday, for me, I felt it was like being between the dream world and the awake world. And so these descriptions were just, were coming up for me. And so before I had the session, I decided I would do a meditation. So I did that, and I brought what I felt were things that I was a bit concerned about. I brought them into the meditation. So that was my intention, was that there would be some more resolution, more opening around those themes. And so the the session starts, and there've been a lot of family things that have taken place, and she was just talking about them. It's in her in-law family, not her family of origin. And she was as in her talking, it was very clear that she had real clarity about what was going on. She had clarity about where she needed to play a part and where she needed to be of support. So I was thinking of the words of attending and being in service. And there was a part of me that was surprised and excited about listening to how she was navigating a very difficult situation. And not just for herself, but being of service to this family. And so after about 45 minutes, we kind of finished unpacking all of that. And so then I asked her, what did she want for the session today for herself? And she said, well, she wanted to share something. And what she wanted to share was something that she had come up with in terms of how to deal with her own experience of constriction. So now I haven't worked this model very much with her. I've done it a little bit, but not a huge amount. So her using the word constriction, then my ears go up. And I I could see her face was just beaming. And she said, so Ellie, I use my imagination. I'm more aware of what's happening, so I catch it early. And then with my imagination, I just draw that figure 8 on its side, the infinity sign. And I just keep on drawing it with my imagination with all sorts of colors and whatever I want to put into it. And after a minute or two, my body is expanded again and I'm okay. And I could not have asked for a better outcome. And what came to me with all of it was there she was, she had taken stuff from her sessions and gone off and put it into practice. So what had resonated for her, she had used. And she'd created this incredibly powerful technique for herself. And it is so foundational and so fundamental. And especially for me, it was, because I know her background and there's been significant trauma. Um, so what came to me with all of it again was how much can be done in vibration, and that is the preparation. And for me, it was really important. It was a real gift because I default to the doing, and my conceptualization often starts with the doing, not with the preparation. And so in her expansion, she then unknowingly, of course, provided an expansion for me. And that expansion wouldn't have happened, I don't think, if I hadn't had the experience in, yesterday morning with that experience that I've just, described. So I think what came to me was that I have a very new way of feeling empowered in how I can create. It's a different, I don't know what noun to use. I don't have a word at this point. Yeah, don't know what noun to use. The different awareness that would fit.
You told the story. It feels like she switched into that infinite perspective and allowing all possibilities to be there.
Yeah, there was definitely more expansion for her hands.
Yeah. Instead of focusing on accepting the outcome, she allowed the outcome.
Yes, yes.
Creating space within the space.
Mm, mm.
So she chose to become a creator.
That's what it feels like for me.
Yeah. Same here.
Mm. And I think it was also, I was just reminded then again that she somehow, through our work, had been able to piece together parts of the work that I didn't know that had landed for her, that had resonated, that she'd been able to embody.
She had made it her own version of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we do. We have our own perspective and we create from that perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I like that she drew the infinite sign.
I know, me too. I was really excited.
Because it's not only infinite, it's also constantly in motion.
Mm-hmm.
It's not stuck ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no beginning, no ending.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's the great thing about sharing this work. It is that our perspective changes into something new.
Mm-hmm. And we have opportunity to practice.
Yeah. And even though you hadn't been talking to her, she had practiced it with herself and created her own way of
Mm-hmm.
doing it.
I need to leave again for today. Thank you so much for the space. Have a good few days, Heinz.
Yeah, thank you.
It's
You have
good
a
to be with you. Good to
Thanks,
be with you,
Allison.
Pascal.
Thank you, Allison. Have a great day.
Thanks
Well,
for your
thank
story.
you. Bye, Jace. Thank
Have a
you
great
so
day.
much.
Just thinking about that story in the context or orientation of space. As infinity space, infinite space, or limited space, and that we can live and create our life from either space, just with different outcomes. And in the and through awareness, can we begin to see our orientation, where we are starting from. I was at attending an event, and one person was speaking, and there was like a rattle off of 6 or 8 things of what he didn't want. And I hear it now, because in a way it almost bothers me, but in a way it doesn't. I just am aware, because I notice the word "not," and so the phrase would be like, "I don't want blah. I don't want to be frustrated. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be lonely." Right? It's just like, I don't want to be whatever. And now that I see structure, right, those things pop up at me, and you know, just like wonder. It's like, well, why can't we say with such confidence what we want? It's so counterintuitive. Like everyone would nod and yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't. Yep, I agree with you. But as soon as we try to focus on, well, I would want this. Oh, it's like awkward. It's just, I guess it brings into what's familiar isn't always right or effective or powerful.
Yeah, most often, like we want things that are comfortable for us, familiar. So I get
Yeah.
uncomfortable when you expand a little more, right?
Mhm. And that comfort and that familiarity isn't expanding into something new, into the unknown. It's doing the same thing again and again.
Unfortunately, we expect new outcome.
You know?
Your guarantee
Just,
of your future.
uh, just because we do everything of what we don't want won't get us what we do want.
Mm.
We work really hard just to avoid those things. Doesn't mean it'll get us what we want.
Mm.
And then just because it's in our language, we don't realize how limiting that is. Which is the opposite of the story Allison shared with us this morning. You know, guys, I've got to get going myself. Thank you.
You have a
Have a
great day.
great day.
Yeah, you as well.
See you in a little week.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Have a great week.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Pascal.
Yeah, take care, guys. Bye.